Good morning, folks. It's Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project, Magnetic Reversal News, and Shinrin Yoku, bringing you a grand solar minimum update Tuesday, March 22nd, around noontime, mountain time. Snow continues to fall through the spring, ding, ding. And that's the big story. Early spring system brings heavy snow to Texas. Keep calm. It's boom time. Snow wasn't the only thing that came to Texas. Tornadoes. And the South today could get walloped with severe weather and tornadoes after the same storm destroyed homes in Texas. And the threat is now moving over to Louisiana, Mississippi. So we'll have the models in just a minute. Here's some of the damage from yesterday. At least 4 injured after tornadoes pound Texas and Oklahoma. Tens of thousands are without power. There is some more of the shots of the destruction there. See everyone out in the street. Absolutely tragic. But it is tornado season, and thousands remain without power after a tornado outbreak in Texas. At least 19 people were taken to hospitals as a result of the severe weather, and there is more on the way. Take a look at some of these totals, 6 to 9 inches of rain, so flash flooding and other hazards as well. Here we are at poweroutage.us, where it's 50,000. This has come down by 10,000 since we began getting the show together. But Kansas and California have just lit up. So some power outages out there, weather related from the spring. And then there's wildfire. 178 Texas fires have torched more than 108,000 acres in the past week. But one major fire is now under control. Good news, because there's very little moisture in the next 10 days to Texas. Here is the severe weather threat currently in Louisiana there, and also in Arkansas, and that's going to be moving to the east and strengthening. So severe weather threat here in the red zone as this storm progresses tonight into tomorrow, and that severe weather threat will then come back up here on Thursday, North Carolina and Virginia. So heads up there. And as far as the snow totals, pretty moderate at best for spring here. We see some heavy snow up in Wisconsin and Minnesota, the tip of Michigan, as well as the Northeast through Friday. A small event in the Appalachians perhaps over the weekend, and then snow moves back into the west next week. Here's the snowfall analysis where you can see that small heavy snow pockets in northern Texas, the next of the schmexes here, 6-inch bundles. The big winter chicken dinners, Colorado and northern Idaho there, or is that eastern Idaho? And obviously up here in the northwest, take a look at, well, some of the totals here in the mountains are up to 2 feet. So big totals up there in the northwest. Severe weather outbreak with strong tornadoes and flooding in the southern U.S. today. A regional severe weather outbreak is expected to shift across the lower Mississippi Valley and central Gulf Coast states today with some, where did that go? With some threat continuing into tonight. Tornadoes, some of which should be strong, potentially widespread damaging winds, will be the most impactful hazard. Excessive rainfall and training storm cells will bring the threat of flash urban and flooding. Here, take a look and click on your county for more information on your local threat. Seismic update. No quakes of note. All is pretty quiet on the western front, and that's good news. Worldwide volcano news update. All is quiet on the volcano front. We have Chirinkatan coming in with a 10,000-foot puff, a new volcano that is active to add to the list, and one other volcano here, Ontake-san volcano in Honshu, Japan, elevated seismic activity. Something could be popping out of there anytime soon. And I did lie. There is a third volcano with a new name. Manam is popping. Here is Lonquimay volcano, but no eruption. So I don't know why that's on the list. I do digress. But descubren grandes figuras de camelidos in sitio arqueológico de Peru. Now, what that means is that they found giant camelids in Peru. And these are geoglyphs. And these are not like alpacas or llamas. That's more like a giraffe. And these have been dated to 4,000 to 5,000 years old. These are huge. So this is a trail here you can see, and this is over in Peru, like the Nazca lines. These geoglyphs are fascinating. So I will leave you a link to the article that you can use Google Translate to read for yourself. Now, this next story is fantastic, and we'll be doing a podcast over at Magnetic Reversal News on the topic. Ancient residue reveals 69 volcanic eruptions, bigger than any recorded in history. Now, what does that mean for you and I? Well, it means that we could see a VEI 7 eruption in our lifetimes. In fact, we're long overdue. There are over 69 volcanic eruptions that have occurred in the last 60,000 years, all larger than Tambora. So the likelihood of us seeing an eruption larger than Tambora is quite high. And that is fantastic. Oh, and depending on how you look at it, if you live near these volcanoes, it could be colossally devastating. Now, if you're into graphic novels, good friend of mine, Rex Bear, just published his first graphic novels, and it's called Reset Zero. And you can get the first issues are out now at a discount here, 25% off the first copy of the graphic novel. You can pre-order future copies, limited edition packages, all 8 copies. Come check it out. Reset Zero graphic novels. It contains all of the quote unquote conspiracy theories we talk about on the channel, including, well, some things I can't mention. But I can mention Squatterman 2022, the Plasma Petroglyph Tour. This event will be once in a lifetime, and tickets are on sale now. Just went on sale 12 hours ago. There are very limited tickets. And so, not many tickets available. So, if you're coming to the event, buy them early, or you might get left out in the dark. And that's a boom to knowledge. Proper prior planning prevents piss poor performance. In our dystopian world, we thank you for tuning in to get those facts. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and share this with like-minded people. Be safe. We love you. Oh, become a Patreon and help support the work we do.